What is happening, guys? It's Game Walkthroughs 22, finishing up my look of the newest wave of 4-inch figures. And what a better figure to finish off with none other than the 4-inch TOON LINK. Before we have a look at this awesome figure, let's take a quick look at the packaging. Here is TOON LINK's box, and they actually put in the right link for Wind Waker. So it's really cool. It's kind of lame how, like, for every Link figure, it just says Link. It doesn't say, like, I mean, I can understand, like, with the first Link, I mean, because it was the first Link in the series, I mean, just have Link, and then, I mean, with Link from Ocarina of Time, it'd be kind of ridiculous if they tried to fit, like, Ocarina of Time Link into this small space here. But they could have definitely fit TOON LINK. They could have fit the word Toon, but just says Link, and he is indeed from Wind Waker HD. Again, Series 2-1. Flip it over to the back. Here is Link, or TOON LINK. Shows off some of his articulation. And he is a 3.75-inch figure with 12 points of articulation. And again, all the figures that are available in this wave. So, when we're looking at TOON LINK, we can see that he turned out pretty well. I want to like this figure, but at the same time, I still kind of like the Ocarina of Time Link better. I think this figure definitely looks better than the Nendoroid Link, because I mean, you know, with the Nendoroids, I mean, they're like chubby, like small versions of characters. I mean, with TOON LINK, I mean he's more in scale with the other 4-inch figures than the Nendoroid Link is, but that's just my opinion. So with TOON LINK, I think they nailed this figure. I think he looks pretty decent. He looks pretty nice. He's definitely worthy of being. It's hard to say if he's my favorite in the 4-inch line. I'd say he's one of my favorites. Actually, I don't even know who my favorite is. I'd have to think about that. But he's definitely one of my favorites. With TOON LINK, I think Jack Specific did a good job with him. I think he looks as if he came right out of Wind Waker. I really like the expression on his face. I know some people said that they wanted a better expression on Link, but I think the expression they chose looks pretty good. It's a like heroic expression, like he's ready to battle some moblins and enemies. So he's ready to take on Ganondorf. So, articulation, his head does go 360 degrees all the way around. It's a ball joint head too, so you can like move it up and down, which is pretty cool. His arms go out to the sides, and his elbows bend, and you can also twist his wrists. And then his can move his legs, which are very limited because his tunic gets in the way, and then also his knees bend. I think that's about it. So he's got some pretty good articulation. He's not nearly as articulated as the Nendoroid Link, but I'd say he still has got some pretty good articulation. And then you can see the accessories that he comes with. He comes with his shield and his sword. They are removable, and then his sheath that you can stick the sword in, which is pretty cool. There are some complaints I have about this figure. Although he's a really nice figure, I do have some complaints with him. The first thing is that I don't know if you can tell, but his accessories, they feel kind of cheap. They're like this like rubbery material. I would have preferred if they were plastic. They're like a hard plastic instead of this like rubbery material. Unfortunately, it seems like they might break easily, which really sucks. I mean, all of his accessories, they're like this soft rubbery material, which kind of worries me, especially his shield. Look at this. The handle looks like, it feels like this handle is gonna snap right off. So, another thing that I've heard of is that he can break easily. Thankfully, that's not been the case for me, because that'd be a shame if this figure were to break, because I really love this figure. But I've heard that he can break easily. I think like his arms can break off if you like try to pose him too much. So just be very careful with this figure. And also, it might be kind of hard to get him to stand up, because you can see how small his legs are and how big his head is, so his head can make him kind of top heavy. But thankfully I've never had any trouble getting him to stand up, which is really, really nice. So I can display him on my shelf in some pretty cool Wind Waker poses. And I would bring in the other links, but because I'm trying to make these videos as short as they can be, I'm not going to bring them in. But I will bring in the rest of Wave 6 to show you the whole gang. Overall, TOON LINK I would highly recommend. He seems like he's the most sought after, because the first time I saw these at Toys R Us, they had everybody there except for TOON LINK, which I was pretty disappointed about. But I was able to get him. I was able to I was able to order him off of Big Bad Toy Store. So here's the whole gang. Really looking forward to Wave 7 with Slippy Toad, also Toad, the red Toad, Cat Mario, Skull Kid, and Zelda. So here's all of Wave 6. I think they all look really nice together. This is a nice set. It's a set that's far from perfect. Because, you know, with the white Tanuki Mario and the red Yoshi, they're just being repaints. But the other characters are fantastic, with the Falco and Paratroopa, and TOON LINK, especially TOON LINK, because he was one I was really looking forward to. Yeah. Next time we're going to be taking a look at the newest wave of 2.5-inch figures. So I will see you guys then.